Welcome to Exleys on the NFL.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up, guys? This is Exleys on the NFL. I'm Tony, and that is Stephen over there. Green Bay Packers fan, Philadelphia Eagles fan. This week is obviously it's going into week 16, I believe.
Just had week 15.
Yeah, so we're going to kick things off straight away with our top stories of the week because
Coach Glenn for the Jets has announced that Brady Cook would start against the Jags. I mean, how many QBs have they been through this season? Is this the third?
this is the Jets, isn't it?
Yeah. I know they've had at least two because they had Fields.
Yeah. Who did they have after Fields? Man, I've come in well unprepared this week. I am unsure.
I feel like it might have been. Yeah, I've not really looked at the Jets much because they haven't done a lot.
No, we haven't really spoken about the Jets because they're so far down the table. Chewing gum.
So they have Fields. Tyrod Taylor. He got some play time. I can't remember which game it was, but this will be their third QB at least this season. And I hate to say it, but Justin Fields should have been benched much sooner.
Yeah, they might have. I want to say they might have done better, but
I don't know they would have.
They might have. They might not.
They would have given their other QBs a chance to see if they were any good. I mean, this late in the season, most of the teams down this low are already starting to just kind of give up. Their season's done. I mean, what are they, 3-11 or something?
Yeah, they are something silly like that.
So, I mean, you're not winning your season at that point, are you? It's
you're
not
done.
Happening. So I kind of understand why you would start him this late in the season. You've got nothing to lose. But at the same time, you're not really going to know how well he could have performed.
He could have done really well.
This is the thing. You're not going to know, really, are you?
Yeah, they're not going to know now. Now they've let it just go down the pan like they have. Mate, I don't know. It could be worse, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? They could be 0-11.
They're 3-11.
Yeah, but you look at the Titans are what, 2-12? So it could always be worse.
I mean,
or the Browns 3-11.
The Raiders are 2-12, but I mean it couldn't be much worse.
I think it's just the AFC that are that bad. I don't know. The Jets are 2-12. The Giants, 2-12.
Yeah, but
even the Saints are 4-2.
Because I mean, if you look at the AFC, they've got most of the bottom teams, the real bad ones, but they've also got 3 teams that are 10+ wins, 5 teams that are 10+ wins.
Yeah.
Broncos, Patriots, Jags, Chargers, and the Bills are all 10+ wins.
It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, what hope have the Jets got against the Jaguars the way they're playing at the moment?
They had no chance, I'm afraid. I knew that going into that game, I didn't think the Jets had a chance. I think the Jets did the best they could in that situation. I think they put up quite a fight. I think their defense is what kept them with the chance.
Yeah.
But I don't for a second think they had a chance at all.
It's funny, isn't it?
And you could say what you want, but I'm afraid with the Jags playing the way they are, there was no chance for them.
No, not at all. Anyway, 2-minute warning, draft change incoming. The NFL has informed teams that starting with the 2026 draft in Pittsburgh, the time between first-round picks will be shortened from 10 minutes to 8 minutes. This move shortens the first round, which had been finishing around 11:45 p.m. Teams were on board with the change. Roger Goodell first floated the idea on Pat McAfee's show during the Green Bay draft. I mean...
Yeah, but you think about it, they're shaving 2 minutes off each pick, right?
Yeah.
32 picks, you're only losing an hour. So you're still going to be finishing at 11:15. So you're not finishing that much earlier.
Yeah.
This
I don't know whether it's just to save them the time, like the draft class, the guys waiting to be drafted, but you're only saving them like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Rather than sitting there for 10.
I think the biggest thing is, and this is what makes me laugh the most, when these teams get on the clock, they know who they're going for.
You just waste 10 minutes.
Yeah. All you're doing is, I bet, within the first 3 minutes, any trade they were planning will be done.
Yeah.
And their pick is in.
Yeah.
Within 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, they know who they're picking, or whether they're willing to do a trade or anything like that, don't they?
Yeah, because you've already seen who's gone before. Mm-hmm. So I can guarantee they've in their draft room or whatever room they've got, there'll be a big board with all the players that they're hoping to take. Now, say player A gets taken off the board before them, they're going to look at their player B.
Yeah, of course they are.
If their player B might look like he's going to get taken, they're going to consider a threat. So they're already thinking before they're even on the clock.
They know what they're doing. The 10 minutes is just to mess around with, isn't it? In case anyone wants a last-minute trade or anything like that.
I think the biggest thing that will shorten it is them to stop taking breaks all the time.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That will shorten it so much more.
They do a pick and then it's an advert, and then do another pick and then an advert. It does drag, doesn't it?
I think also when they do the picks, they spend too long making some big speech to say, I'm from such and such, I've done this, I've done that. Nobody cares, just say your pick, move on.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 it's the next player, so everybody knows who he is. So just say your pick and piss off.
I generally just watch the drafts on YouTube sped up anyway.
Yeah, I usually, if I'm gonna keep track of it live, I'll just have it on my phone. I won't sit and watch it because I can't be arsed with all the talking they're doing.
Yeah.
So I'll just track it on my phone so I can see who gets picked where, because we're not going to affect it.
That's it.
So, watching it live is irrelevant.
Well, you never know. We might affect it, being the big YouTube stars that we are.
The biggest difference it will make, as you say, is the people who are there to live to be drafted. It will shorten their time, and maybe the people that are there watching it live. I think aside from that, you're not going to affect too much.
No, not at all. Anyway.
It'll be interesting to see if it changes later on, though. Like if in a couple of years they shorten it more or something. Or if they re-extend it. Or
I think it'd be interesting to get it down to 5 minutes, if I'm honest. Or 2 minutes. Bam!
That would spice things up.
That would be well good. Mate, my earbud just has suddenly started picking up the sounds around the room, so this one's gone all weird and this one's not. It's funky. Anyway, moving on.
So the Raiders, Geno Smith is dealing with some shoulder injury. I couldn't find out what, so I'm not 100% sure on what it is. But it put Kenny Pickett in against the Eagles, and apparently until Geno's cleared, he is starting QB, so he may start again this week.
How did he do against the Eagles?
As well as he could, given the situation, let's be honest.
Oh, yeah, it was a complete shutout, wasn't it?
The Raiders have 75 total yards.
That's not all on Kenny Pickett as well.
No, and I think that's important to note, because people could say what they want about what he did in Philadelphia. He didn't play much. He didn't have much of a chance.
No.
You know. But, I mean, you go back to what he did with the Steelers. He wasn't that bad of a QB.
He wasn't really, was it? He wasn't terrible.
You know, if he was, the Eagles wouldn't have taken him on at the end of the day. I think part of their biggest problem is they've got no O-line.
They've got no nothing.
6-year-old Brandon Graham got 2 sacks on them.
Embarrassing.
It was a good game for the Eagles and it was a get-right game for the Eagles, but I think it wasn't a fair chance for him to show what he can do. He did, I will give him this though, some of those yards that they got was because of him running. He had nobody to pass to and he ran for it. And I think that's part of what the Raiders are going to need going forward. I don't think Geno Smith is any runner.
Yeah.
And that's why he's been taking so many sacks and getting destroyed, because he's got no mobility.
He's getting on a bit, isn't he?
I think it's time to give up on the Geno experiment.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you, but as we're talking about going with experiments, this actually moves us on to the next one with Philip Rivers comes out of retirement. Philip Rivers is signed with the Colts practice squad at 44 years old, coming out of retirement after stepping away in 2021. He becomes just the second quarterback in NFL history to play as a grandfather alongside Brett Favre. I was actually looking up his contract before we came on. Philip Rivers' contract with the Colts for 2025 is a practice squad deal, which means it's paid on a week-to-week basis and does not include long-term guarantees under the NFL's 2025 veteran practice squad pay structure. Players with more than 2 accrued seasons earn between $17,500 and $22,000 per week. But I seen a guy, I don't think I sent it to you. He breaks down things through the NFL, and he was saying that Philip Rivers coming back has actually tied it up really well, because they get 140 grand a year, I think it was, as a pension after the age of 55. But when you're in the NFL, obviously you get health insurance, that pays for their hospital and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I seen that about the health insurance. It was due to end this year.
This year, and so now he's come back into the NFL. It starts up again.
Reactivated it.
And then it's active for 5 years after you leave as well. So I can't remember what he said.
I've seen rumours that he's only coming back to restart that.
I don't know.
Either way, you can say what you want. You would have to enjoy playing the game want to come back at 44.
Yeah, you wouldn't just do it for the sake of it, would you?
No, and at the end of the day, if you're coming back at 44, they're going to start you.
I mean,
if they're calling you out of retirement, so you know you're going to go in, and there's a chance you could get smashed by somebody.
Yeah, and he had 120 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. His completion rate was 66.7. Did you see any of his throws?
I saw bits of it. Yeah, I watched the highlights of that one, and I caught bits of it on Red Zone when I had some time. I don't think he done too bad.
No, I did.
I've seen worse players active in the league.
Mm-hmm. A lot younger.
Yep. So I don't think he done too bad.
Cam Newton was ripping him for being old and getting stiff and stuff like that. He's 44 years old.
Sour that nobody else called him first.
He's 44 years old. He's been out of the league for 5 years. Do you think you can say that you're staying in shape and you can still ball and stuff like that, but when you actually get called up, or if you get called up and you say, yeah, I think I can do it, you go in, you possibly can't do it. His first game on the thing, you might have been, yeah, I think I fucked up. But you don't know, do you? Do you know what I mean?
I think the Cam Newton thing is he's sour that nobody called him. But the problem is Cam Newton would still be trying to do what he done when he was younger and run when there's nobody there. He won't be able to run against these players currently. He'll be too slow.
I think changed. The game has changed.
Yeah, and I think part of the reason they killed Philip Rivers in specific is because he's a pocket passer. He's going to stay there. He isn't going to try and run for the ball. He's not going to lose it fumbling, trying to take on some defender or something stupid, you know. They kind of know that he's going to be that safety player. He's just going to try and stay in the pocket. If he gets sacked, he's going to try and protect the ball. He's not going to try and sprint out.
If you look at it, though, his game against the Seahawks won 18. So it was 16-18. A guy that's not been in the league for 5 years, 44 years old, that is not a bad... It's not a bad score to walk away with.
No, and that's what I'm saying.
Really?
I've seen worse people in the league actively.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the Raiders, you look at the Saints, you know, they've all had real bad games. I mean, even the Eagles had a 3-game losing streak. You know, you're going to lose games. Even Philip Rivers probably knew he was going to lose that game. Yeah,
well, it's finding your footing. What's the worst that can happen now? They don't make the playoffs.
They're just trying to stay in contention for the playoffs. They're not necessarily trying to win the league. You know, they're already, 8-5, I think, now?
Imagine now, though, they get to the Super Bowl.
They're 8-6, so they're just trying to stay high enough that they make the playoffs. That's what they're looking for. But they know they're going to... If they put in... I can't remember who their backup was before, but I think he went in at some point and it was worse.
Can't be worse.
So
that's the thing, isn't it?
If you're not doing worse than your current backup, you've got to at least give it a shot.
Exactly that. You're up.
Where are they? Yeah, I'm just looking at the playoff picture. So the Colts are on the bubble. They are 8-6.
Not too bad.
So they're literally one spot out at the moment.
They could make it.
Texans are 9-5, so they're literally one loss behind the Texans.
It is beginning to look a lot like the Colts could win the Super Bowl.
I don't know though. I'm looking at this. Texans next place Vegas, so that's pretty winnable for them.
Mm-hmm.
The Colts have got San Francisco next.
Jeebus.
So they could get destroyed. Because San Francisco have been looking pretty good the last few weeks.
Now they got Brock Purdy back.
Yeah. So,
Purdy.
they're 10-4. So it's going to be interesting.
It's always an interesting one when you're watching the NFL.
So the NFL referees, CBA with the NFL referees expires in May 31st. And the NFL executive Troy Vincent told the owners that the league is negotiating a new deal with proposed changes, which include performance-based pay, post-season assignments based on merit, not seniority, which I think is better.
Yeah.
Mandatory training and development, they need that desperately. Extended probation for underperforming officials, which could be good, because if you're doing bad,
you
might not make it. shortening the communication dead period, which is currently from Super Bowl until May 15th, and creating a practice squad of officials. That's an interesting one.
What are they going to do? Just have loads of referees running around on the field?
Well, I think what they're saying is a bit like training camp,
Yeah.
have a load of them sort of ready to go, and then if they need to get rid of someone or take someone out of a game potentially or something, they've got others that can replace them.
Yeah, like a roster of active refs and then a backup squad of refs type deal.
Essentially, yeah. I think that's the point.
Yeah,
so
so
if
if they have
someone
to
is really
sack
doing
someone
bad,
off.
yeah. Because, I mean, the Lions-Rams game had a bad ref. They gave a touchdown to, I want to say, Parkinson. Are we Parkinson? He was knee down about a yard short of the touchdown line.
Oh,
Goal
really?
line. Yeah. And they called it a touchdown. Went to review, still called it a touchdown.
But you could see that he wasn't in.
Oh, yes. Even the commentators were surprised it was called. Because you could slow it down on the video, obviously, and they'll get that slow motion video, and you could see maybe not a full yard, but at least half a yard short, and his knee was down.
Oh, weird.
And they still called it a touchdown. So some of them do need some more training. I think this is going to be an interesting one to see what happens, because I mean it probably won't come into effect till next year at the earliest.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it's going to affect the refs. The thing is, all this is just negotiations at the moment.
It will stop all the bad calls and stuff, won't it?
I think that's the big thing, and I think that's
to stop the bad calls.
I think that's the whole point of doing this. But again, it won't come into effect at the earliest till next year. So
Yeah.
it's going to be one to keep an eye on.
Dolphins bench Tua. Miami is benching Tua Tagovailoa. I said his name right. And will start rookie Quinn Ewers on Sunday. Tua is owed $54 million, fully guaranteed in 2026. But his future in Miami is now very much up in the air. Will they get rid of him? I mean, he's a concussion waiting to happen now, isn't he?
He's not a concussion waiting to happen. He's had like 4.
Exactly. So just
he's had as many as me. I
just
might as well
one
bloody play at this point.
Just one little tap and he could be out. And
they are currently 6-8. He's already missed. I think he's already missed at least some time in a game for injury risk.
He hasn't had concussion this season though.
Not concussion, but I think something else. I'm sure something else happened to him.
Yeah,
and he was taken out and evaluated.
But you think
So
of last
he's
season
already-
when he was out. I think he got concussion at the start of the season and midway through the season. He was out twice last season with concussion.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a big thing that he's still not received a concussion as of yet.
I'm more surprised by the fact that he hasn't.
Yeah.
The worst thing about this is, and we're talking about this, he's 27.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be a question at 27.
But then you look at Jackson Dart, his first season in the league, and he's been in concussion protocol 3 times.
Yes, but none of them have actually been confirmed as concussion that I can find.
Right, I don't know.
Whereas Tua's had at least 3 confirmed concussions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, you look at Tua's stats, they're nothing to shout home about. He had a game against the Ravens in October, 261 yards, pretty good. No touchdowns, 1 interception.
How do you get that many yards and have no touchdowns?
Steelers, last game Steelers, 253, 2 touchdowns, still an interception. Week before, 127, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. But the week before that, 157, no touchdowns, 1 interception. He's very up in the air.
How are they 6-8?
They should be worse, realistically.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If he's
Looking
been
at the
playing
schedule,
and having no
they've played-
touchdowns, they should not be 6-8.
they've played Colts, Patriots, Bills, Jets, Panthers, Chargers, Browns, Falcons, Ravens, Bills, Commanders, Saints. So all the teams they've lost to are the semi-decent teams. The ones they've won, I mean, they've beaten the Commanders, they've beaten the Saints, Browns, Panthers. That I'm not sure about. I mean, they got the Jets,
Yeah.
It's all the easy win teams, so the stats look good against the easy win teams.
This is what I said to you earlier when you said to me they're 6-8. I was like, a win's a win, but when you actually look at it from that perspective, they only beat the shit teams, if you like. They are nothing. They can't beat the Steelers. They can't beat the Jags. They can't beat.
And this is the thing.
The good teams.
You can't sustain your record like that if you're losing to the decent teams all the time.
Yeah. There's
You're not
another
gonna
one.
get any.
Imagine they make it to the Super Bowl and they're up against like.
If they make it to the playoffs, they're going out first round.
Yeah, 100%.
It's that simple at the moment. And I think they know that, and I think that's why this late in the season they're benching him.
Just bench him, bring out Quinn Ewers, and see what he can do. Imagine he turns the whole franchise around in just the last few games.
They suddenly
Fucking
win
hell.
the last 3 games.
There is nothing on the trading block. We have a few contracts, signings, extensions, and releases that young Steve is gonna do. Yes, Steve's gonna do it. To see on the thing.
Ravens extend D-tackle Travis Jones, 3 years, 40.5 million, 25 guaranteed. So he's there till 28.
Nice.
Jets extend their centre Josh Myers, 2 years, 11 million. Couldn't find any breakdown on it, but he's there till 27 at least. Jets also extend tight end Jeremy Ruckert, 2 years, 10 mil, with a possibility of getting another mil out of the deal.
Nice.
I found a thing that said it won't be more than 5.5 a year, so he can get an extra 500,000 a year. It looks like
For a tight end.
500,000. Yeah, I mean it's the Jets. They're not
Yeah.
got a lot to play with at the moment. And has placed Brandon Ayuk on the reserve left squad list.
We've
which
been
ends this
saying-
season and likely is 49ers group. I seen a clip of an interview. They apparently haven't seen him for the last month.
Has anyone done a welfare check on him?
I think he's probably partying somewhere.
That's not good, is it? That is not good at all.
He's
We've been saying for a long time that Brandon Ayuk is
He's not happy there.
he's a diva. He's
God,
a
yeah.
diva.
He's more of a diva, I would say, than Stephon Diggs ever was. Because Stephon Diggs was mainly only a diva when it came to his contract signs. That's when he played up.
Yeah.
Brandon Ayuk's just been playing up all fucking season.
And last
And
season.
he's been on injured for most of this season. How can you create problems when you're not even playing?
You're a problem that's causing a problem. I don't know.
I don't think they'll keep him on.
I don't think they'll keep him on. And
They'll either
if
trade him or release him.
If they don't trade him and they release him, where's he going to go? He's going to go to a practice squad because no other team's going to want that headache of dealing with
the
this
only
sort of
time-
nonsense.
The only way he'll get onto a backup role or a starting job is if he can convince someone in an interview face to face he isn't going to be their problem.
Yeah.
He isn't going to do what he's done with the Niners. And that's the only way he'll get a starting job or backup spot on an active roster.
I wouldn't give him a startup job.
If he is,
Yeah. They're not going to get a lot for him.
no, because he'll have a heavy contract.
Yeah. Crazy. So, on to our injuries, and we actually have a fair few. Watt was hospitalised. Steelers, TJ Watt was taken to hospital for evaluation on his lung. Per JJ Watt on Twitter, TJ underwent successful surgery to stabilise a partially collapsed lung after a dry needling session. Recovery timeline to be determined, but he's being released from the hospital today. That was last Thursday or Friday, so almost a week ago now. So that's all I've seen on that one.
I haven't seen any updates. I would imagine he's at home resting.
Yeah. And then we go into the major injury list. Michael Parsons, torn ACL. Patrick Mahomes, torn ACL and LCL. Puka Nacua, torn ankle. Devontae Adams has a hamstring injury. Christian Watson with a shoulder injury, but he is believed to be back at practice today, so hopefully we're hopeful for him to come back on Sunday. Evan Williams, knee sprain, and Zach Tom, no permanent damage to his knee, but he's got a knee injury. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Packers. The Packers starters fucked up.
I don't know who reported the torn ankle. I don't think it's a torn ankle. I believe Puka's still expected to be practicing and stuff.
Yeah, I think I miswrote torn ankle. I think
It's probably like tweaked ankle or something stupid.
Yeah. I think I wrote something else, and when I've retyped it or got the GPT to retype it, it's just put torn ankle. It's not a torn ankle. I believe it was a tweaked ankle. I believe I wrote.
Yeah.
Parsons is out for the rest of the season.
Mahomes
Patrick is out for the rest of the season. Gardner Minshew will be starting for the Chiefs.
God help the Chiefs.
Yeah. Because
Their season's, thank God their season's done, to be quite honest, because it's not getting better with Gardner Minshew at that.
No. I believe Michael Parsons is going to be out now until did I see? I think it's 8 to 9 months. Patrick Mahomes is going to be the same. I wouldn't bank on the Chiefs going to anywhere near the playoffs next season either, unless they can do some magic and get someone in.
I was going to say, it depends who
Before
their
that?
starter is for the next season, for the first few weeks.
Let's hope it's not Porntash. Jesus Christ.
I think Minshew's done. I think this will show... At the end of the day, we had him for a season as backup. We didn't have him any longer than a season. Everywhere he's gone has been a season. I'm going to look it up quick because that's interesting.
Do you ever see The Orange is the New Black?
No, I never watched it.
I mean,
Gardner Minshew has been to Jags 2019 to 2020. Was 21 to 22. Colts 23. Raiders 24. DC now. So he's a seasonal backup.
yeah, he's not a keep forever, is it?
No. His career NFL statistics as of week 15, right? His pass attempts and completions are 63.3%. Touchdowns 68 to 35. Interceptions.
Okay.
11,972 passer yards in, what's that, 6 years? 2019 to that, so roughly 6 years is 11,000. So that's not that great. That's not even 2,000 yards a year.
That's bad, isn't it?
His
Even for a backup.
passer rating, his 88.2.
Fucking hell.
So yeah, he's not a system QB. He's not anybody's first choice as QB.
He's not, is he? Hang on. Sorry, I am listening to you, but I've just sent you... Where did that go? Downloads.
So he was in Philly for 2 seasons. He
Is that all?
played in 9 games. He started 2 in each season. His record in 2021 was 1-1. 2022 was 0-2. He was in Indianapolis for the whole season in 23. Started 13 of the games. His record was 7-6. He then went to Raiders last year, played in 10 games, started 9. His record was 2-7. And the Chiefs still went, yeah, we'll have that. Over Carson Wentz.
You would take Carson Wentz over him. I would.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I would have at least tried to keep Wentz.
Where the flipping hell is that gone?
He's been around the league a bit as well. I don't think he's even signed to a team currently.
Carson Wentz?
Yeah.
I don't think he is either.
No, Vikings. That's right, he's in Minnesota. Because McCarthy was out for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Wentz
they had
was in.
him. They had him playing for a while.
And then he's on IR, I believe. He went on IR after a while because they knackered his shoulder, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he last played against the Bengals. The Chargers. 24th of the 10th. So yeah, he's been on. I would say he's been definitely on IR. So yeah, the Chiefs let him go for Carson Wentz. Gardner Minshew, sorry. He's gonna go. I feel.
Mhm.
By the start of next season, the Chiefs will have a new backup, which will technically be their starter. Now, whether they draft one, whether they find a good, I don't know.
Patrick Mahomes his contract was really long, wasn't it? It was like 10 years.
And yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like a 10-year deal. The last time he signed after his rookie, I'm sure he's supposed to be, he's under contract, I believe, until like 2030 or something like that.
Yeah, it's like 2030. I can't find it.
So he signed a 10-year extension worth 477, with an additional 26 in potential bonuses for a total of 503.
Say that again?
Extended. He signed a 10-year extension, right?
Yeah.
That was worth 477 million, with an additional 26 million in potential bonuses, for a total of 503 million. Contract extended him through the 2031 season.
That's crazy.
So even if you said the base of 477 for that 10 years is 47.7 million. So he's not one of the top paid quarterbacks in the league.
No, because his is spread out over 10 years.
Yeah, so it's just shy of 48 million a year.
God, I mean,
And
yeah,
they're all starting to get over 50 now.
if he got that as a lump, whereas most QBs are 3-4 year contracts. No, I think his is the longest contract. I've never heard
His
of
was the
anyone else.
longest His was the longest, at least at the time of signing, I know.
I don't know of any
I
other
don't-
QB that's got a contract for 10 years.
Not of recent,
No.
but yeah, it's 10 years is an unusual one for the NFL.
That's long, isn't it? That's really long.
Yeah, it's most lengthy contracts are 4 or 5 years
Yeah.
in the NFL. So a 10-year is definitely a big one. Baseball, it's not that.
No, it's quite common in
but
baseball, isn't it?
I would say that their plan is to keep Mahomes, so I doubt they draft anyone. At least not this year. They might look 2029, but it's Mahomes. He is still a good QB. He's better than most bottom tier QBs, even when he's playing bad.
Yeah, this is what I was going to say. The Chiefs have paid him this big contract because he is as good as he is, and we rag on the Chiefs, but
Yeah, but the Chiefs have more problems than QB.
there's other things they could do with drafting.
Yeah,
They
they've
don't
got
need
other
a QB.
problems.
They need a QB right now, but long
Not
term.
for the long term.
No.
One of their biggest problems is run game. It's almost non-existent. They need a good running back.
Everyone
they
knows
need-
what they're going to do now.
Especially with their
Everyone
run game
knows their play
and
style.
their pass game. Yeah, they've got to learn to adapt to different play styles, different years. I mean, you look at last year, the Eagles very, very run heavy. This year, everybody loads up the box with their big linemen to stop that. So you've got to try and adapt, try and overcome. This week, it was leaning on the run game, but to open the pass game, not just trying to lean entirely on the run game, which they've done the last couple of weeks, and it didn't work out well. And they were trying to force the ball to AJ Brown. They stopped doing that. They started winning more. So
It's
you've got
adaptation,
to
isn't it?
adapt. Yeah, you got to adapt different play styles for different years, because at the end of the day, your roster isn't going to be the same year to year. You're going to have a few key players, but you're not everybody's coming back. Some go in free agency, get bigger contracts. Some just leave. Some retire. You lose people every year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We could break this down all day. So
But I think Mahomes will come back. I think he'll come back quite good.
I don't think he's not going to come back. And I don't think they're going to let go of Andy Reid. I don't think they will let go of Patrick Mahomes either. And unless Andy Reid retires, I don't see the Chiefs getting rid of him.
No, you look at it. I mean, what's it? The last 3 years they've been in the Super Bowl. Won 2 of them, lost 1. But to make the Super Bowl in 3 years, unfortunately, it was going to collapse.
I seen a thing.
Let's be
I think it
honest.
was since 2012. This is the first time the Chiefs haven't been in the playoffs.
I think it's 2014. I think it's 2014 they haven't been in the playoffs, since they haven't been in the playoffs. Because that
Still
was,
a long stretch of time.
That was like the year after Mahomes became starter or something.
Still a long time.
But yeah, and let's be honest, 3 Super Bowls in 3 years. Your off season's so short, it's gonna get tiring on everybody. There's gonna start being problems for almost every side of the ball.
Exactly.
So it'll be good for them to get the full off season, start
Yeah.
getting everybody right, start looking at their moves, start looking at who they want to take, shore
See
up
what they
other
wanna do.
positions.
Game of the week: Rams versus Lions. Pardon me.
It was a good game.
It was a good game. I watched Red Zone. It was the Packers didn't play till late, and it wasn't even fucking aired on TV anyway. So we're not over here. So I didn't. I just watched Red Zone. So you're gonna have to go through Rams Lions and give us the highlights.
I don't really know what to say too much other than it was Goff versus Stafford.
That's always going to be a good.
They're both still slinging
The ball.
fuck. I mean, if you see any of their highlights, those balls are darting across the field fast.
Yeah,
They're
I
not
did-
necessarily big, deep balls. They're mostly across the middle or short, but they are fucking zipping that shit.
You know, guys,
And, I mean, Puka Nakua, Amon-Ra St. Brown, two of
weapons.
the top receivers on either team.
Mhm.
And their defenses are outstanding. I think I might have texted you about it at one point. Aiden Hutchinson picked off
Maybe.
Matt Stafford. Almost run it back. Ran
No, I
from
didn't.
about their 20-25 yard line all the way down to the other 20. And
Oh, I
got
don't
tackled.
know. I don't remember that. It is Wednesday now, and it's been a very busy week for me this week.
I thought he was going to go all the way, but I mean, he's an edge rush. He's not necessarily built for the long speed.
Not for longevity.
No, but you saw any of the highlights from it and stuff. He was on the sideline straight after with oxygen mask on his face.
He don't have his ass.
Yeah, But I thought that was quite impressive that he ran about 40 yards while being chased by like receivers and stuff.
So, guys, Stephen does not steer you wrong with a good game. Watch it, Rams, Lions, and then your top games for this week, Bills versus Patriots, Titans, Niners. I don't think Titans, Niners is a fair one to be put on. It should just be Niners steamrolls Titans.
But they didn't steamroll them. The Titans put up a good fight, I will say. They were going to lose. I don't think they've had much of a chance of...
They've won 2 games this season.
Yeah. But if you watch it, they made some good plays. And I think they're going to be... If they keep going this way, I think they've got some pieces to work with for next season.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what their bloody score was now. But it wasn't just like a complete blowout. It was 37-24.
That's not terrible.
No.
For a team that's...
I think for a bottom team, that's not that bad. Against the winners that won 9 games before that. So I think it was quite good. And they made some good plays. I mean, their fullback caught a touchdown at one point.
Nice. See?
And he's a big dude and hard to miss. So I think they put up a good fight. And the Bills, I mean, it's the Bills.
That was very one-sided for a while. I thought the Patriots were going to win.
21-0, I think, up until the 2-minute warning of the first half.
The Bills just...
ran it back.
Opened up a can of buffaloes.
To the other end. It was... What was it in the end? It was 35-31 in the end. I think going from 21-0 to 35-31 is pretty impressive. In half a game. In half a game.
That's exactly what I was just going to say then. Anyway, watch them games, guys. Straight on to the rumour mill. There are growing rumours Joe Burrow potentially leaving the Bengals. In his post-game interview, Burrow said, "If I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. I've been through a lot, and if it's not fun, then what am I doing it for?" Some are already insinuating the Vikings should pursue him, with questions around JJ McCarthy not being the long-term answer. JJ McCarthy is not the long-term answer.
No.
I was looking for this interview.
I saw
Joe
a clip
Burrow...
of the interview and saw him saying it, but it wasn't about his time in the Bengals. It was just about his performance in the week gone or the week coming up.
Yeah, this is exactly
I think it was before the game.
Yeah, this is why I put it in the rumour mill. I thought it's a very good rumour. But JJ McCarthy is not the answer to the Vikings' problem.
No, I think if somebody's going to pursue him, it's going to be someone like the Vikings or maybe someone like the Saints. You know, it's going to be one of the bottom teams. But I think the biggest problem you're going to have is his contract.
He's got a bit of a hefty one, hasn't he?
And I think the only way the Bengals are going to make big improvements is they'll either have to get rid of Burrow, Chase or Higgins, who've all in the past year signed a massive contract to make them like those 3 players combined are like 40% of, I think it's like 46% of their contracts.
They need to do something.
That's 40% of their cap space gone before they can pay anybody else.
Trim one off is what I say. Trim one off and use that money to bring some more people in.
Realistically, it's got to be Burrow or Chase to clear up the most space.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tegan signed a payday, but his wasn't as big as Burrow's and Chase's. So
you're getting rid of two of the best players that the Bengals have. Yeah. In either of those, one of them, if they're going to get rid of one of them, it's just going to fuck it up for the Bengals in long term, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I think if you're getting rid of one, you get rid of Chase. T. Higgins is still a good receiver. I think he could be their replacement for Jamar Chase. Don't really want to get rid of Joe Burrow. So, as we've seen many times, it's very hard to replace a QB. So unless you've already got somebody lined up, getting rid of him is not a good idea.
Yeah.
So if you look at it logically, Jamar Chase is the one that, if you want to free up a lot of cap space, Jamar Chase is the one to go. If that's not what you're trying to do, there's other things you're going to have to look at.
I'm pretty sure Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow went to LSU together. I think there might have been a year between them. But yeah, that was the rumour I found for this week. And unless you have anything else, I don't have anything else.
No.
Thanks for tuning in to Exleys on the NFL. Follow us on Instagram at Exleys NFL Podcast and TikTok Tony Exley12. We're on Spotify at Exleys NFL, and hit the subscribe button, and we will see you next week. Yes, we will.
That's all from us. See you next week on Exleys on the NFL, and thanks for watching.
1, 2,